Right, hello. Sorry about the delay, guys. It was a bit of Twitch trouble. As you know, Twitch is a bit poo recently. But yeah, we're in Q1, 6 minutes into the session. Optical G has set the fastest time so far of 1 minute 7.3 on the Ultra Softs. Sleep Seal behind him, Patronus behind him, Bossman in fourth, Plastics part-time running wide in fifth, Desert Eagle in sixth, Mackie in seventh, Jaron in eighth, and then Key Legends, the last person to set a lap time so far. Notably, Angerfist went out on the super softs and then went back in the pits again. Gary Albone's already retired, so I don't know if he actually crashed or not because we were trying to set the stream up. Martin is on an outlap, so when he goes around, we'll give you a brief view of the track whilst we're in Q1, so you can actually see what you should be expecting throughout the race tonight. So he's actually got someone in front of him, so I think he wants them to move out of the way rather quickly. But yeah, you go through the last corner, very tricky because it's a corner you need to accelerate quickly on, but not too much, otherwise you'll lose the back and then put it into a wall. Very tricky turn one because you can easily cut it. Martin takes it nice and wide, so he doesn't even think about doing that. Long straight up to turn two, which they changed recently because they had to, for some reason, add an extra corner into the track, into the hairpin of turn three. Nicely done. Clip the apex nicely. Good exit. DRS very quickly on that straight. One of the fastest speeds you'll reach so far. Very tricky in braking zone because you've got to turn and brake at the same time down here. It's the apex wide to most. You've got the fast section of the track, which is really fun. Using curb and I paused it. And yeah, through the last sector. Ultimate corner, a bit wide of the apex 8 when I took that in a bit, and then a bit wide of the last corner as well, but other than that, it seems like a decent lap. Should be enough to get in the top 10. Yep, first. 7.2. So, yeah. And, notably, IDG Skyline has changed from the Mercedes to the power of the Renault. And if you didn't already know, I'm an Eagle, and the person who's streaming it, who's got good enough internet, is IGN Legends. And yeah, while we're in Q1, and I don't forget to the thing, I don't actually suppose you've got to start at the top, sort of climb down onto the second balcony on top of the pneumatic gun things for the pit stops. I don't know. And then yeah, I'm not really too sure what the cut-off time will be. Only two people go out. Gary's one of them because he's not actually. He's not actually in a session anymore. Angerfist is out on the supers, so he's hopefully gonna want to get through there. I think he has the pace to do so. But yeah, I'm not really too familiar with all these other drivers because, as you know, Michael used to stream this, and he used to do everything, and he knows all the knowledge and the unknown of what happens. I'm pretty sure from about maybe Desert Eagle, that'll probably be a safe time. I reckon an 8 will probably be the cut-off time. As you guys should probably know that the cut-off times are a bit slower in GP2 as the nature of the division compared to F1. Obstacle G has done exactly what I'd do and retired, so he doesn't have to go out again. With 8 minutes left. And then we've got Doran going through the last corner. Hits the apex nicely, very cautious. Ooh, went a bit wide. But that puts him up into 12th. I'm not sure whether or not that will be safe or not. With an 8.9. And then we've got a shadow going through the middle sector, or last sector now. Very, very revvy on the engine, and then shorter shifts up to 8th. Down to 7th to a penultimate corner. All sick, really not happy with his turning at that point. See what he gets going across the line. And 8.3, which is 11th. Pretty good, pretty good. Fast X part-time's on an outlap in the McLaren, which looks absolutely beautiful, I'd like to say. I think it's one of the best cars on the grid, with a pretty good green helmet as well. Kind of looks like mine, actually. And yeah, if you don't like my voice, and you don't want to watch the stream, tough, because I'm the only one talking. Down to 4th for the last corner for Fast X part-time, that's a bit unusual, I've never seen that before. Let's see if he cuts turn 1. Oh, very cool. Everyone's being very cautious at turn 1 for the moment, just to make sure they don't cut the corners. Desert Eagle has apparently run out of fuel, is that? Yeah, he has. Sleep seals in the pit lane. Alright, let's go back on with Fast X part-time. Not using DRS, actually, which is very strange. Maybe trying to warm up his tyres on this lap, although his tyres should be warm from his out lap. So it's a bit odd that he's in lean as well. Thank you, Matt Reds. I don't really commentate much, so I'm trying to be not a dick. Yeah, it does Fast X part. Oh, there you go, up into Rich now. Oh, Max, sorry, I forgot that was a thing. And yeah. Doesn't activate DRS. Oh, yeah, it does. It's just a bit behind. 4th, hits the apex a bit better then. Oh, does he run wide? Oh, it wasn't invalidated because the time's still going, so got very. Let's see if it's for round 2. Oh, 3, sorry. A bit wide of the apex and a bit slide on the exit. He'll lose a bit of time for that, but shouldn't be too much. Craig Senna has now retired from the session. Very good apex from Fast X part-time at turn 4. Going through turn 5. Down to 5th for turn 6. Scoring it, using a lot of exit curb in order to gain the most time. Down to 5th again for turn 7. A lot of exit curb again on both sides, which is unusual. Down to 6th, nice for penultimate corner, and then down to 5th for the last corner. Very good. Where will this promote him to? Because I'm sure it will promote him. Or not. Must have been invalidated. Pratt now. Anyway, yeah, we'll keep an eye on what he's doing. Mackey's currently on an outlap, also in the McLaren. Patronus has decided to retire as well. And I'm pretty sure that from Desert Eagle upwards doesn't really need to do another lap. So Asleep Seal, Mansell, Skyline, Bossman, RX7 man. And I might be slightly biased when saying this, but I am kind of rooting for HLG and IDG Skyline because of the Renault. But yeah, it is literally only Dom and Mackie, the 2 McLarens on a hot lap at the moment. Joran has decided to retire, so Mackie is now safe whether or not he improves his lap. So everyone upwards is now fine, although they probably don't know that. I'm going to push anyway, hope they don't destroy their, because as I found out in a Baku practice, you can't actually carry on if you do so. So yeah, someone getting out of the way is Shadow Racer, nicely out of the way, giving a lot of respect to his fellow driver. Seems very neat from Mackie so far. Using as much of the track as possible. Key Legend decided to retire. I think he's realised that he's through. Down to 4th for the last corner for Mackie, because He seems to use a lot lower gears than I do, but then again, I am on a wheel. Oh, he does improve. Wow. A 7198 to go pole for Mackie. What a hell of a lap that is. Okay. I don't think he was expecting that coming into this race because from what I've heard from him, he doesn't really enjoy the track very much. But yeah, now he does repays a favour to Shadow Racer, getting a fifth on a low in corner. Rosso uses fifth for the penultimate corner. Oh, fourth for the last one. That's a bit wide. That probably invalidated it if I'm not stupid enough. No, it didn't. A 7-4, that'll put him through easily anyway, even if there wasn't enough time. Better race on a lap. At this point, everyone is just doing their laps for practice, really. They don't actually know that they're going to be out. Hello, J Double. Yeah. And Desert Eagle has managed to spin. At turn 7, is that? Oh, no, it was just lag. A lot of lag. Holy cow. Holy cow. Okay. Ooh, oh, he's in the pits. Okay. And now he's speeding the pit lane. Where's Angerfist? He's not on a lap because he's in lean. Martin is on a lap, however, RX7 man. Go to the last corner, floor it in max. I've noticed these guys carry a lot of fuel just in case they mess up their laps, which I'm not really sure is the best strategy, to be honest. But yeah, maybe they'll take it out for next session so they don't use as much tyre wear as they normally would. But Martin is currently less than a tenth behind Mackie, so I'm pretty sure he'll be hoping to get close to that. Although it doesn't really matter anyway because he's through. Let's see how Shadow Racer's getting on. Crosses the line. That must have been an outlap again. Or we invalidated it, either one. Go back onto RX7 man. He seems to be pretty good around here. From what I've heard from him, he would like to get a good result from Renault. Or for Renault, should I say. Yeah, him and Skyline I know like to practice together, and I've heard they're rather close, so expect that in Q3. And then Shadow Racer, now the last person to cross the line, is in lean, and he doesn't actually finish the lap. Or he will finish the lap, but it won't be very quick because he's in lean. But yeah. Yeah, oh, and he's going to go in the pits, so hopefully he retires rather soon. And he does so in the pits. So, the two people we have lost so far is Joran and Gary, who didn't even set a lap, actually. And I'm pretty sure Joran might have made a mistake there, because to be 6/10 off the next car is quite a gap, so I'm not really too sure what would have happened. So hopefully Shadow retires soon, because he's into the next session. And yeah, it was a pretty good session then. The people who were sort of expected to be at the top, I'd say, are. And Angerfist maybe a bit lower down than he wanted to be. But then again, he did go on to Supers, with Mackie, the Japanese god, being at the top of the table so far. With LTGRX Overman behind him, Obstacle G, Man, Skyline Craig, Patronus, Mansell, Asleep Seal, Desert Eagle, Tufty Candy, Plastics Part Time, Key Legend, Shadow Racer, and then Joran and Gary are the two cars eliminated from Q1. And there we go, that is Q1. So, has anyone got any ideas of what they think will happen Not only for who will be the top 10, but who will be for pole. And Gary Last crashed at the last corner, did he really? Damn. I didn't, yeah, we were sorting out the stream, so apologies we didn't see that. So yeah, let's see who will be king of not only the fastest laps around here, but the less tyre wear. So the idea is around here you don't do one lap on these tyres because tyres aren't very durable. 35 laps and they can go roughly about 11 or 12 tyre wear, but that's about a third of the race, and that's not great compared to other tracks. E.g. Baku from last week. Tyre wear there was basically non-existent, unless you want to spin up the rears again. Right, so who's first out on track? Is it Optical G? Or is it Skyline or Bossman? I think it is Skyline, you know? Yeah, Skyline has actually gone out on the Supers as well. And I forgot to put the... There we go. Yeah, so Skyline on the Supers, HLG on the Supers as well, so hopefully they're going to probably do the same strategy as they are teammates. Sleep Steel on Ultras, Bossman on Supers, Optical G on Supers, and Key Legends on Supers who have gone out so far. And now, Skyline goes through a last corner to start his lap. Up to turn 1. You also don't want to be too aggressive into turn 1 on this set because otherwise 1, lose time, and 2, invalidate it. And 3, get more tyre wear than needed. But because Skyline's a muppet, it'll probably do it anyway. Activates DRS down to trying to get a sneaky bit of slipstream from Patronus there, who's slowly going down the straight, with Angfish behind him letting Optical G past as well, who is on the Ultras. E-Legend's also on the Ultras, right behind Optical G. Hopefully doesn't lose too much time in the dirty air, although it doesn't seem like he will. And Skyline going to turn 7 now. Through the last corner. Activates DRS. And across the line he will go first because no one else has set a lap. And it's a 7.5 on the Supers. I'm not sure that'll be enough to get him through, you know. Optical G goes instantly quicker, 2/10 quicker, as a matter of fact. With Desert Eagle and Key Legends following closely behind in 3rd and 4th. Where has RX7 Man got to? Oh, 3rd. That's where he got himself to. And now, who is that? It's a lap of Sleep Seal into 5th. Ansel going across the line on his Supers. A lot of people have decided to do Supers actually. I think it's sorry about that. I think a key part of it is people didn't actually the stream from yesterday because 1, it wasn't available, and 2, yeah, that's it. It wasn't available. But yeah, I think a lot of people here use that stream to sort of guess or help with the strategy because they think that the people in the higher divisions know a lot better, whereas some people don't have brain cells. In the F1 division, not going to mention who, but anyway. Yeah, it seems like these guys will probably be trying to do a one-stop. But a very safe one-stop, because the one-stop is possible from the Ultras to the Softs anyway. Maybe they're a bit riskier and want to do Supers to Ultras, but I guess we can only see. Fastex's part-time has actually gone 2nd on the Supers. That is rather a surprise. There, because it's a toilet. But yeah, everyone seems to be sort of slowing down a bit now because they've either completed a lap or they've invalidated it. Shadow Race was going to turn 1 through from Q1 because of a 6/10 gap to the car behind. Tufty Candy yet to set a lap also on the supers, with Bossman, the other Toro Rosso, along with Angerfist on the supers going through the last corner. Is on a lap, I think. Yes, he is. And Bossman invalidated it. So Shadow is still on a lap. Is anyone else further to the line? A Sleep Seal is in lane with a lot of fuel on board. Actually, he's going into the pits. He's into the pits as well. Shadow Racer going through the penultimate corner in max with a lot less fuel than the other two. Opens a DRS, goes across the line, and he gets 10th. So Tufty Candy and Ector Mansell have been pushed out, although they are both on the slower tyre, so they will be looking to get on the quicker tyre and get themselves up into Q1, 3. Sorry. And then Bossman, he's going around the last corner on the supers. Let's see what he can do. Doesn't seem to be too good of a lap. An 8.4, 7.9. Sorry, it lagged a bit. But yeah, that's clearly enough for top 10 so far. So maybe I underestimated him a little bit. Sorry about that, Bossman. So now Shadow has got a bit of work to do to get himself up to the with the supers. And then we've still got a Fast X part time, but the 1st to 7th are still in the pits. Trying to sort out what they're going to do next, if they're going to be threatened to be out the top 10, although I don't think maybe the top 5 will be. Maybe if Bossman puts on the Ultras, might knock a person down or two. And then we've got Angerfist and Desert Eagle on an outlap, although Desert Eagle seems to be going to max for his outlap, which is very unusual. Gaining engine wear there. I don't know why he's doing that. Is Shadow Racer on another lap? He's in max, but I don't know whether or not he'll have enough fuel to get round with only 0.84 laps left. Mansell crawling into the pit lane with someone really close behind him. That is Angerfist. That was it. Was. Goes through turn 1, nice and clean. Misses the apex, so he doesn't invalidate it. Desert Eagle also on a lap in front of him in the Williams. I don't know who his teammate is actually. Let me just check. If there is another Williams, I can't see one. Nope. Desert Eagle's all on his own for this race, unless it was either Gary or Buren who got out in Q1. Apologies, I didn't actually see that, but oh well. Not much we can do now. So Desert Eagle goes through the last corner. Trying to get a good run through the last corner. And he goes up to 2nd, so that's good. No Skyline, RX-7 Man and Patronus have all put on the Ultras, so they probably don't feel safe, and they might want to go out the pits again in order to do well. Angfist has promoted himself up to 2nd, with Shadow right in the way there. Hopefully Angfist wasn't on a lap. Don't think he was, so Shadow Racer got away with one there. Tufty Candy. Oh, Tufty Candy losing it out the turn 1 now. They've lost him to a lot of time now. With, I'm assuming Skyline, RX-7 Man and Patronus will all want to be probably the top 3. Or at least Skyline and RX-7 Man, because of what they've been saying. So if they don't, we can all laugh at them. Craig Tenor on an outlap. Mansell is in the pit lane at the moment, And now he's on an outlap on the ultras, so Mansell now means business. Yeah, go back in and change if he needs to. He's in lean, so I'm not sure he's pushing too much. Unless he just wants to conserve the tyres. Currently fitted to best. Ah, right, okay. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay then. Thank you for telling me. But yeah. That's quite good actually. The more you know. Baki seems to be on an in lap because he's only got 1.13 laps of fuel, unless he's being very cautious to not do anything against his tyres. Skyline and RX7 Man are still in the pits because I'm not convinced that that's a safe position to be at the moment. The top 9 are in the pits actually, so they've got to come out soon. I reckon they've got until about 2.5. So he's very confident in his time as he is just retired. So if he gets knocked out, we can all laugh at him and call him a toilet. And tell him he should have gone to work today and stop being a lazy shit. So Bossman's on a lap. Federator is still crawling around, trying to get back in the pits. I'm not sure he'll have enough time actually. Bossman is going to come up right behind him, going into the last 2 corners. Down to 6th for Bossman. Not using a lot of the track, maybe he's just not confident and doesn't want to invalidate. He's on the ultras though, so he should improve. Or not. Must have been invalidated. Oh, he goes a bit wide at turn... Ooh, very wide at turn 1 and then a bit oversteer on the exit. We've got Mansell coming on to finish or start a lap. I think it's... finish, is it? Yes, it is finish. It's invalidated. It appears. Deep Seals out. Optical G's confident. I don't think he'll be beaten for P1. Sleep Seal's got a lot of fuel on board actually, which is a bit unexpected. Craig is going around the last corner to complete his lap. He goes 5th on the supers. That's a very good lap from Craig. GG, man. I know you're a bit of a lunatic who doesn't know how to make coffee, but oh well. Where did Bossman get to? Going around the last corner now. Seems to be a pretty good lap actually. And ooh, he doesn't get into the top 10. So I think that's Bossman out of qualifying because he's not pushing either anymore. Mackie and Shadow Racer and Tufty Candy can't get out, although they can, but they've got to do it very. He's got to have a bit of a quick lap to get into the onto his lap. Although he has got Exer on Mansell going down the pit straight right behind him, easily lets him past. A Sleep Steel has improved to P1 with a 107.197. Lots of 7s in there. Skyline and RX7 man. Skyline's on his outlap behind a few cars. RX7 has just started his. Oh, goes a bit wide at turn 1. Did he invalidate that? That is the question. Let me just check the race director and see if he did. He did track limits. I think he did actually. Did he? Just check what laps he's done. Yep, that's his 3rd lap. He's invalidated it, so he won't be improving anytime soon. Hopefully that's enough to get him into Q3. Otherwise, I'm going to scream at him for not getting in there because Renault need the point. Skyline is just about to start his lap, going to the last sector now. Who is that behind him? Patronus, I think. Yes, it is. In the Ferrari. Mackie's still on his outlap. He's got 15 seconds to get through. That's going to be very close. 10 seconds at the last 2 corners. I don't think he'll make it, you know. I think he's had to let too many cars through. No, he won't. And he's gone wide anyway, so that would have been invalidated either way. So Mansell's given up on his lap, so he's out of quali. Shadow Racer's not improved, so he's out as well. Tufty Candy is on a lap, although he's just let off on the straight, so I don't think he's actually pushing. Desert Eagle and Anger Fist have a 2,000 gap between them in third and fourth. It's narrowness to see where they decide to put themselves and if they're trying to do it. Oh, and Patronus just made a mistake and gone wide at turn 6. That won't do his tyres any good. Not that he'll be improving anyway, because they've probably lost about 2 seconds from doing that. And a few more tyres along, a few more seconds with the gravel on the tyres. So he goes in the pits. And Tufty Caddy improves to P10. So I was wrong. It must have just been lag that I saw him letting off the throttle. Will Mansell improve? No, he won't. So the top 10 have been decided with Key Legends, Bossman, Mackie, X1 Mansell, and Shadow Racer all out of Q2, although they do get the brand new tyre choice. So yeah, RX7 man has just set a fastest lap as well. So there you go. You didn't bottle qualifying, or at least Q2 anyway. Sorry, I'm. Anyway, has anyone got any predictions for pole position? As the Italians would say it. They wouldn't say it like that, would they? I'm going to find out how they say it. Right, Google Translate, you are now, my friend. Not Google Translate, Google. Right, so your top 10. RX7 Man, a Sleep Seal, Optical G, Desert Eagle, Anger Fist, Fast X Part-Time, and Scottish Toilet, Craig Senna, Skyline, 80 Patronus, and Tufty Candy, with Fast X Part-Time, Craig Senna, Skyline, and Patronus all on the Super Softs. So they're going for an alternate strategy. Mackie, who was P1 in Q, dropped down to 13th with him, Usman Mansell, and Shadow Racer all out of Q2, but getting fresh tyres for the race. So, the text language, English, right, English to Italian. Where's I? There it is. Pole position. How do you say that? How do you say pole position? How do you say it? Say it again? There you go. Apparently this is how you say pole position in Italian.
Pole position.
It sounds very English to me, I'm not going to lie. How do you say it in German? Or Japanese, actually. Let's do Japanese, because Maki seems to be Japanese.
Pole position. Pole position.
Okay. Bit odd. Everyone says it in English. Is pole position just not a world-renowned word? Or 2 words, should I say? Pole will go to HLG, says Lukey. First Skyline, a second RX7 Man, a third Desert Eagle. Okay, Matt, that is very interesting indeed. I wouldn't say so. I personally think that that RX7 Man will get a pole because Skyline has a reputation for fucking it, a bottle in it. I mean, not. I'm sorry. But yeah, Desert Eagle will be first to set a lap. So we'll ride on board with him for his opening lap, although he seems to be a bit laggy from my end, so hopefully he doesn't lag in the race. Okay. Teak, go away, I'm commentating. I'm commentating on the GP2 race, Frantic, go away. Go away! They know you're here now, I've just told them. You're gonna commentate as well, are you? Alright. Alright, fair enough. That's a good question. No, I can't actually invite you. No, I can't invite you. I can't invite you because it won't let me. It's an invite only, that's why. And I can't invite you. Well, no, I can't invite you, can I? Because it's through the game and I can't invite friends. Anyway, go on, Bobby Desert Eagle, because he just about to finish his lap? Yes, he is. But 107.4, which is slower than or faster than what he did before. Hey, oh, that's good. Right. Yeah, yeah. Fuck you. HLG, Skyline, and then U Vendetta. That will be Okay. So yeah. From now on, the stream's going to be absolute poo because Frantique is now here. I need to do the telemetry again. Don't I keep forgetting that that's a thing I need to do. I mean, you can't. Well, yeah, don't. No. What did you do anyway yesterday? Did you win? Obviously, yeah. Fuck off. No, it wasn't. Anyway, Skyline, although he's got pole position so far, is revving the engine like a madman. Logical G's up in the pits. No, it's not. He's human. I don't know, Matt. Frantic is an F1 racer, so I'm not actually sure what it's like in commentating. Fucking dick, really. He can hear everything I say, by the way, so I'm not getting off lightly. Tufty Candy's just managed to go wide at turn 2 as if his brakes didn't exist. He's not in a Haas, though, he's in a Red Bull, so that doesn't make sense. Fast takes part-time, revving his engine like a... Actually, Tufty Candy, what are you doing on Supers? It's a top 10 shootout, what are you doing? Oh, God, madman. Anyway, Skyline's going in the pits. Desert Eagle. Desert Eagle, Muppet. A Sleep Seal is on a lap, I think. Hits the apex nice to the last... Second to last corner. Last corner. Fifth, down. Nice. Back to his DRS. To the line. And he gets dropped because RX-7man's just improved. Is it RX-7man? Yes, it is. RX-7man's just improved his lap. So, it's a Renault 1-2 at the moment. Yes! What? I know. I know. Yeah, but there's nothing we can do about that, is there? Go away. I know. Go away. Tufty Candy will go surprise us and go pole on Supers. If that happens, I will eat my sock that I am wearing right now. Only if he gets pole on Supers. Anyway, everyone seems to be going back in the pits now because then they can come out again for the next run. The Legends for surprise win. Ooh, whether or not that'll happen, I don't know. I don't think it will because he's not actually in the top 10. I think he's, what, 11th? 12th? Something like that. What did you say, Fantique? I'll mute your mic then, you dick. They're going in the pits very slowly. Bonus is on a lap, I think. Get your ass on Bobby. Oh, he's gone wide. Wow. What? Yeah, GG's easily, well done. Now you're just gonna not fucking up. Oh really? Am I ahead of what's going on? Well, right. Are you on board with Patronus? Get on board with Patronus. I'll tell you when you go hits the apex of turn 7. Now. He's done it now. Well. No, it didn't. I just watched it back. It's fine. At least his stream is better than yesterday. I bloody hope it is. It wasn't even a stream yesterday. It was a competition. Can you not join? There's only 17 people in the lobby. Oh, rip. You can't join then. Bang off. Legends, kick him! Legends, kick him! Legends, kick him! Oh, and Patronus just spun his rears and fucked it up. All these guys come out at weird times because Angerfish is already out on a lap. He won't be able to make it round and do another lap. Oh, so you are key legends. Okay. Okay, I get it. Anyway. Fast X part-time has just started a lap on the main straight and he's gone wide. Has he invalidated that? If that wasn't invalidation, I'd have cried because that's what invalidated. It wasn't! What? I get that shit invalidated all the time. A 6th of the... We didn't too bad actually. Only like 3/10 down I thought would be good. Puffy Candy follow him close behind actually. Shouldn't affect him with dirty air because he is too far away. Ray going up to turn 3 as well. Oh, obstacle G lagging. Surprise. Desert Eagle, the man, the myth, the bitch, self. And Skyline going through the main straight. I'm watching his stream back and it is like watching someone do follow the leader because I'm saying something and then he's just following me. It's great. You're like my dog. Can animals actually own dogs? I don't know. Craig is going through the last corner on his lap. Will he improve? No, he won't. Right, I'm going to stay on board with... Angerfist isn't coming back out. There's no way he's going to make it round in time if he does. Go on board with IGG Skyline. He's currently sitting on pole position at the moment with a 6.831. And he's going through the penultimate corner now. Last corner now. Very low gears, I've noticed from the Gp2 lot. Maybe just the confidence isn't there in order to actually get higher up. Skyline did improve, but it was invalidated. Optical G is retired, so he's starting a best of 5th. Patronus is also retired, and he's starting a best of 7th with a sleep seal right in between. There's also in the pits, and he's not going to come back out again, so he's going to start the best of 7th. 50 Caruso and Patronus in the sleep. Craig Senna's on a lap, going through the last corner, currently in P9. Oh, a lot of oversteer going through the last corner there. Does he improve his time? Yes, he does, up to 5th for Craig, so he's improved quite a lot for there, really. HLG. This is it now. Oh, he's invalidated it. You muppet! What are you doing? And he's gone wide again. Ah, she's lost him loads of time now. Well done. He had an 8.2 anyway. It was a slow lap. But you absolute muppet. Jesus Christ. Tufty Candy's on a lap. I think he'll be able to complete it as well because he's got enough fuel. And Dom's just gone into the pit wall, has he? Yeah. That was very odd. I think Tufty Candy's just invalidated it as well, actually. Did he cut that? Yes, he did. He backed off. So, unless Craig improves, which he won't because he's in lean, that is your grid. So we have got IGT Skyline in the Renault. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Angerfist in second, Desert Eagle third. So did anyone actually guess that? Did they guess that? First Skyline, second RX-7. So Matt, you got two of them right, but HLG let you down. Anyway, Skyline first, Angerfist second, Desert Eagle third, RX-7 Man fourth, Craig Senate fifth, Optical G sixth, Tufty Candy seventh, the Sleep Seal eighth, 88 Patronus ninth, and Slow X Part Time in 10th. But now it's just a waiting game to see when the fucking race will start again. Please don't lag start. Yeah, it's not lag starts aren't good. I think it was it Baku or Canada just like launched off everyone before turn one, which was just mental. You know, because this game's esports ready, isn't it? Does look a bit darker at the moment actually, and that grid looks very. Oh my god! Press RB. Wait, press RB. Legends. I'm gonna try and watch this, but please be. Oh damn it! You saw everyone fix themselves. On my screen when I pressed RB, it was all like on top of each other. Who am I on board with right now anyway? This is Craig with an Ayrton Senna looks like type helmet as well. Number 22. Starting on the supers actually. Who's starting on what? Is that So Martin's decided he's going to start on the ultras, which is the best decision. Fastest strategy or not is from the ultras to the softs. Get about on lap 12 maybe. Having a quick drink before the race. No, it's just a waiting game to see who will ready up first and who will crash as well. Because I'm sure we're not going to have crash-free race. Yeah, the annoying thing is I have to do driver of the day as well. And bloody what's it called? Driver of the day and oh god, what's his name? Podium interviews. I'm just gonna ask some questions right now, you know, I'm just gonna write some down. I've actually got one already, I'm gonna write it down and not forget it. Right, I'm writing it down, so if I'm quiet, that's why. There you go, there's the first question written down. Got one. Nailed it. I'm gonna ask everyone that because it applies to everyone. But yeah. God, I'd hate being slow and like having to wait for everyone every time. Oh god. Am I allowed to play music down the mic? Because I kind of want to do that, but it'll get copyrighted on YouTube. So no, I can't. I've answered my own question because I'm a muppet. Or at least I'm not a toilet like Dom. Anyway, how are you guys enjoying the stream anyway? I don't want... If you don't like me, I'll just shut up and you can just watch the video. But if you want me to carry on talking and that shit about the drivers, I will. Because at the moment, there's nothing to do. And I need something to entertain myself. question. I don't actually know. Oh, someone's read it up. Who was that? I just can't go. Right, you're starting. Don't chat anymore, guys. Well, the drivers don't anyway. Look at the chat. You shall die. Not a choice of me whatsoever. Goosebumps. You'll be fine. Don't crash. But don't do what I did yesterday. Crash into someone right in front of you. So, as the lobby get underway, on board with IGG Skyline, I'm assuming. 5 lights, and away they go. That was a bit of a lag start. Oh, well, Williams just been crashed into the back of. What a lag start that is. A McLaren has taken out a Ferrari. With a Williams. Who is that? Oh my god. Who was that? Who was that? Who was that? Who was that? Okay, the whole lobby seems to be lagging like shit. But yeah, who is that? Oh god, someone I can. That is not good. You're upside down. That is probably not the best thing to do. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back at the front. Skyline has retained his pole position. Angerfist is in second. Oh, Skyline is lagging like a shit ton. Everyone seems to be lagging. Okay, it's just me then. Can I? There you go, tyre. Full. Enabled. Right. Mackie and Gary have started on the, bus, by the way. In case you didn't know. I'm seem to be very backwards. Someone is already in the pits. That is Craig and Shadow. Yeah, Skyline and Angerfist are at the front with Desert Eagle. Oh, he must be in. He's lagging like a bitch, Desert Eagle. Like, just like, can you like not virtually instead of like crashing into people? Because you seem to be a bit shit with your internet. If you're watching that, you'd understand, but you're not. So, I've just spoken to myself in front of about 10 people. Brilliant. Nothing's really happened then, has it? I know, I'm being a prick. How do I change? There you go. Right, position change. The early leaders, or the gainers, Skyline and Angerfist, Desert Eagle and RX-7 have done nothing. They've started like they wanted to. They didn't gain or lose any positions. Isn't the best scenario for the Renault, but not the worst. With Bossman, 7 positions up where he was. Damn, boy. And DRS is now enabled with Bossman going straight past HLG. Oh, no, not. But he have a go into turn 1 with the slower tyres, but his tyres. Oh, Martin going a bit wide at turn 1. Carries on and might have to ask tyre because it's a danger to everyone else. Oh, we've got a 3-way battle right here between. Who's that? A Bossman, a Sleep Seal, an Optical G. Going into turn 4. I'm not very good at this commentating business, am I? Although, to be fair, Bossman has started on the Supers and got himself up into P5. So he is in a very good position right now, although it's not as good a position as it could be at some other tracks because the strategy is sort of variable. So he might not gain or lose a hell of a lot like he wanted to. Positions-wise, he's very good, but actual strategy-wise, there might be a bit more that he could do. Angerfist is just at the fastest lap. Clearly, he wants that P1 from Skyline. The Sleep Seal's got pan, which is understandable. With the there's a bit of contact between Bossman and the Sleep Seal. As 3 people are trying to go into the same corner. Up into turn 3. That is very cautious from everyone. Good racing though. No damage, I think. I don't think there's any damage anyway. If there is, I look like a prick. Anyway, Skyline and Angerfist are neck and neck. Although Skyline is on the slower tyre. I'm not quite sure what he's going to try and do because there's not a set strategy with the supers. It's the same predicament as Bossman, as he goes a bit wide, and everyone's all over the back of him. He's getting them positions through crashes, but and then everyone else has just seemed to call back up again. So Optical G, will he try to be inside? No, he won't. Oh, Bossman gives him a lot of room, therefore he goes wide. Desert Eagle 10-1, so he's back on the grind again. Oh, and he's wide at turn 1. He stopped at turn 1. What is that? No? Oh, it's just lag again. Brilliant. Anyway, Mackie has... I think he's gained positions, hasn't he, Mackie? How do you check that? There you go, right, position... Yeah, Mackie's gained 2 positions on the softs, with Craig also on the softs behind him, who's lost 7. Did he have to pit? I think Craig had to pit, didn't he? Yes, he did. Either way, Goran is also in the pits, who's got a 5-second penalty by the looks of it. With Patronus last being lapped. But that midfield is very close, isn't it? But it doesn't seem like it is actually, because it's close. The closest gap we've got so far is from P1 to P2. Between Angerfist and Skyline. If Skyline can hold off Angerfist, it will be a good result, because his tyres will... about lap 7 or 8, his tyres will start being a lot quicker and he'll just drive off. Unless Angerfist has some frantic like... tyre wear. Sorry, words weren't my strong point in that sentence. Anyway, only 1 retiree so far, and that is Tufty Candy, unfortunately. Fastest part-time is going through turn 1. Looking to catch Craig and Mackie, and then hopefully Mansell, so he can get himself in the points. But Craig, if he manages his tyres well enough, he can go to the end. But yeah, let's keep on board with the front 2. So the gap seems to be increasing a bit through the last 2 corners. Oh, he's back down to a 10th again. And it's back up to 6 tenths again. And Desert Eagle still lagging. He's not for the moment, but I wouldn't trust it. As Bossman has just got past the Sleep Seal again. And Desert Eagle's lagged again. And he's left the session. There we go. Right. That's going to stop everyone's lag issues with him. And now it is still a 3-way battle. Although the gap seems to be... Why does it say the gap is 9? Oh, it's a gap to leader, that's why. Oh my god, I'm such a plonk. You tell I've not done this before. Oh, a Sleep Seal has just got past Optical G. Good move, going into turn 6 or 7. Is that 6? Yeah, 6, sorry. Can't count either. Optical G looking to get back past him. Skyline has just gone down, no, he hasn't. Lag. But Angerfist is still right behind him. A Sleep Seal has just got past Optical G again. Although he's gone in the pits. Okay, so that's a very interesting strategy. Will he go on to softs? That seems like the only viable strategy right now. He's going to drop a lot of places because there's a lot of people quite close to him. No, he's on supers. He is on super softs. Oh, he had to pit for wing damage. Oh, right, okay. Okay, so that's... So he's... Oh, no, he's on softs. What? Why does it say he's on supers? Why does it say supers for me? Is this lag? Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm going to trust what's on the side. GG Cody's, esports ready. So Skyline has got a little bit of a gap to Angerfist right now. As we are on lap 8. Them 8 laps went quite quickly actually. When you're not driving the torturous track, it goes quite quickly. Let's see how much fuel everyone's got. Skyline's got about a lap. Angerfist has got about the same. HLG's got a lap and a half, so he can push a bit more than the other 2. Optical G's got 2.5, so that's a lot of fuel to push with. Oden's got a lap and a half. Pedo Racer about a lap and a quarter. Ansel, not even about a third of a lap. Damn. Is it Eagle not here? Although, is he here? It says he's in the pits. I'm not sure what's going on though. But oh well, Mackie's just overtaken him. Go on, Mackie, P9. Gonna have very quick tyres at the end. Yeah, Angerfist seems to be... Is he dropping away? Yeah, he's dropping away from Skyline quite a bit now because of the gap. He's about a second behind now, 1.1 seconds. Gotta say lobby, but that might just be me. Angerfist seems to be keeping it clean. He just doesn't want a penalty. I haven't seen any penalties so far. Probably because I haven't been paying attention very well. But yeah. I'm gonna go and see what I think is the best looking car in broadcast camera. I've got to say, I know I'm biased. Well, I'm not biased, but I'm in the Red Bull for AOR, right? And to me, that car looks absolutely fan-dabby-dozy. I just love the livery. The matte colours, oh, it's so good. Sorry, back to the race. Where is the toilet at? He's in 13th. He's sort of in no man's land, actually. He's got a 3-second gap to the car in front. And 1 point... Oh, no, it's not that much of a no man's land. Gary might be catching him, though. He's going... Oh, Gary's got a time penalty. Cheating shit. But Gary seems to be catching Fast X part-time. Rather a lot. Angerfist has dropped another 7/10 on this lap to IGG Skyline, so Skyline is now driving away from him on his good tyres. Bossman seems to be catching up to HLG as well because of the tyre difference, so he's just going to drive past him on the straight, I assume, at some point, if HLG doesn't pit this lap, which would be the strategy, if you wanted to know, Martin. You know, pit now, go on to softs, go to the end, done, win. Who's that just come out of the pits there? Who's that? Who is that? That Desert Eagle? Yeah, it's a stupid ghost car. Anyway. Angerfist has caught up a bit, actually. Oh no, he's come back down again. Yeah. Gary is right behind Fast X part-time now, only 6/10, although he's just dropped a corner. He's revving the engine like mad, Gary. What are you doing? Oh, that's horrible. And he's gone wide. And Desert Eagle's left again. Surprise, surprise. So Joran has managed to get himself up to P14 from P16. Yeah. It's calmed down a little bit now. What do you guys think of the start? Although Bossman has caught up to HLD like I said he would. Right up his arse going up to turn 1. Is Martin just going to let him past? Don't think so. Oh, he goes up the inside and he's made the move. Oh no, he hasn't. Martin's got a really good exit going out of turn 1. He'll be on the outside for turn 2 though. 3, sorry. Stupid bloody FIA. If you can go around the outside here, Martin, you're laying a hell of a drive from Martin right there. That is very good. Defend the inside, Martin. Otherwise, it'll just be for nothing. Or not. Apparently, Bossman isn't as adventurous as me. Did HOG make a mistake, did he? Oh, right, okay. I'm not paying attention, clearly. But Mansell is behind Shadow as well. But the closest battle to the top is Bossman and RX-7. Oh, there you go. Lap 13. It lasted a couple more laps than I thought he would, but Martin is now going into the pits. So don't speed in the pit lane and you'll be set. Mansell has now got past Shadow Racer because he has gone in the pits himself. Optical G joined the both of them into said pit lane. That means Mackie will gain 3 positions for the moment, as Martin goes onto the softs as well as optical G, and what does Shadow go onto? Softs as well. So they're doing the one stop. Anger Fist is sort of on the cusp of being too far, but not too far from Skyline at the moment. He seems to be sort of a bit slower, but not that much slower, to the point where it's obvious. The HLG is right behind Shadow coming out of the pits as well, by the way. In P11, which is the closest thing we've got actually, and then Gary is behind Fastec Part-Time right behind. Keep an eye on RX7 because the gap is closer. Gary seems to be a hell of a lot faster than Fastec's Part-Time. I suppose you can be faster than an inanimate object, as is a toilet. Which is Darcel. So, and Anger Fist has pitted onto the softs, it appears. So Skyline has now got a decision to make. Does he try and extend and try and make a one-stop happen going onto the Ultras? Or does he try and push as much as possible and get enough of a gap to manage off the two-stop? For me, I think he made the wrong decision in qualifying. Oh, he pits now. That is very early. What is he going to go on to? If he goes on to softs, that'll probably be very clever. Gary's got another penalty because he's cheating. Sleep Steel's just got himself past Optical G. So, oh no, Optical G just must have just been lagged then. What time did he? What position did he start? P12 Bossman started, so he's now leading the race. I didn't think he'd do that. Mansell has now passed Skyline as well. Although Skyline will have newer tyres to push with, although they are technically slower. But I just love this game though. It's great. Bloody lag and shit. Gary's also pitted as well, so that is very odd. And Optical G is lagging like a bitch, apparently. He's right behind Craig Senna though, so if he can manage to do it without lagging, that'll be good. Skyline's right behind Mansell as well, by the way. He's right up his arse going through turn 7. I think it's about time we start making names for these bloody corners. Oh, and E-Legends is retired. That's not good. Lost it going on. Wow. Oh no, turn 8, sorry, not turn 7. And Skyline has now got himself past Anger Fist, has he? Oh no, he's got himself past Mansell. And Anger Fist has followed. So Skyline might have just hindered himself there because Anger Fist is right behind him again. It is now a stalemate. Skyline doesn't have the barrier of the newer tyres to, or the stronger tyres to defend with. Now they are both on the same strategy. It's just going to be a pace fight now. Optical G has made himself past. No, he hasn't because he's lagging. Oh, yes, he has. Martin's made a mistake. Martin spun. Martin spun at turn 1. HLG, sorry. Anger Fist has wing damage, does he? Okay, I'm glad your point is spotted that excited. Oh yeah, does he? Yeah, left hand side. Very true. Craig is now into 7th, with a few people having pitted. He's just a bit slower than a Sleep Seal. Bossman has just pitted as well. What are he going to? Is he on to softs? Right, okay. So he just wants to make sure he can push as much as possible and get to the end as quickly as he can. Generally the idea with a race, but Martin has wing damage, does he? I bet. Oh yeah, he does. He's going into the pits. What will he go on to though? That's a good question. Supers again? Oh no, not again. Supers. If then he'll have to push like a madman. I'm loving the lobby that was going. Gary Albone, of all people, just set the fastest lap as well. Where is he? I can't find his name. There he is, 11th. Right up the arse of fastest part time as well. This battle's been going on for quite a while. Gary, you're braking early on the better tyres. What are you doing? Anyway, yeah, when Gary and that get back to the start, I'm going to name the corners. Okay, right. So they're going through turn 7. Gary clearly has a grip. You can see his lines are a lot tighter on the ultras and fastest part time. Although Gary won't be able to make it to the end, and if he does, I'll be surprised. But we're now halfway through the race. With only 2 people having retired. Oh, I've just jinxed it. What was that? Is that turn 5? Turn 6? How have you managed that, right, Martin? How did you manage that? That is very good. I'm impressed. Anyway, oh damn it, Martin! You ruined my thing. Can't name the corners anymore. We'll do it next lap. Anyway, this is probably the closest gap, is it? We've got now. Boss mine just been passed by 2 people. I think Optical G is lagging quite a bit. Yeah, he is. Shadow Racer is up into 6th. Let's just see who's made the best start then. So Mackie, having not stopped yet, is in 10th. In 3rd, having gained 10 positions. Although, Bossman got a... So Mackie gained 10 positions. A Sleep Seal right behind him has gained 4. Craig hasn't lost or gained any. Shadow Racer's gained 9. So him and Mackie are the 2 top gainers so far. Mansell gained 7. He's done pretty well for himself, having started 14th. Otto's lost 2. Fastest part-time and stayed where he is. Gary Albone's gained 7, so he's done pretty well as well. Joran's also done pretty well, although he's not in the points, but he is behind Gary and Dom, who are. Bossman, AT Patronus, and Desert Eagle have all lost. Well, Bossman hasn't lost any, but he'd be disappointed with himself that he got that penalty. Trust me, I've done it before. You're not happy with yourself when you do it. What is the closest gap we've got so far? Gary and Dom. As they go side. Okay, Gary won't be happy with that. Does he have damage? Yes, he does. Is that behind him? Joran! Everyone seems to be dropping like flies at the moment. Why is everyone going into the wall at turn 6? Anyway, Joran's gonna be alright. Gary has pitted because he had wing damage from colliding with Fastx part-time. It seemed like a racing incident to me. But you never know. And he's got us speeding in the pit lane penalty. Well done, Gerald. Yes, that is your new name now, Gerald. Right, I'm gonna go on board with who should we go on board with? Pick a driver. Pick a driver, any driver. We do with Joan and Bossman, because they're battling at the moment. There's Patronus pits as well, and Bossman's just got past Joran with no problems whatsoever. Patronus has also got a 5-second stop going penalty. Anyway, we'll follow Bossman through, and Gary pits as well, so that promotes Shadow and Mansell. And now Shadow has matched Mackie for most positions gained. It will follow through Bossman through this next lap. And just start naming all the turns now. I know we're 21 laps into the race, but oh well. So we've got... Please don't cut, please don't cut, please don't cut at turn 1 here. Because if you cut it, you're going to fuck it up and, you know. Turn 2 doesn't really have a name because it's easy. And Gary's left the session. Wow. Anyway, back to the thing. Turn 3 is just don't floor it too quickly, otherwise you'll fuck it up like I did yesterday. With Mansell and Shadow right next to each other, but turn 4, it bitch. Turn 7 have both got the same name, understeer, understeer, understeer. It's like the British version of Mexico's on delay. And then turn 8 is just easy, so it doesn't have a name, it's just simple. Turn 9 is don't cut or fuck it up. And then turn 10 is if I clip that banana, I'm dead. And Mansell and Shadow are going side by side right now. Down to turn 4. Plastics part-time gets a penalty. And Mansell seems to have gained the position from Shadow. Can Shadow get the cutback line? No, he can't. He's not managed to do that. And Mackie is being caught by a sleep seal who is on the newer tyre. And I'm sure a sleep seal will be starting to get caught by Mackie pits. So 23 softs is enough. Will he pit onto ultras or softs? He should pit onto ultras really, because you can do 23 laps with a lighter tank. But yeah, see what he does. He's on to supers. Oh, very interesting. But he'll be wanting to push as hard as possible. He had a wing change as well. I mean, Optical G's got past him. Will Fast take part-time? Yes, he will. And Craig's got past him as well. And Optical G's lagging, as you can see on the screen. Well, if Legends is spectating him. Craig. But yeah, Mackie comes out in P8 from P3, which I don't think is too bad considering he started. Where did he start? 9th. No, he started 13th, sorry. He just got passed by his teammate, so clearly they were not trying to kill each other, which is understandable, as Craig gets past Optical G. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. On tyre. And you can see that does Optical G have damage for you, IGN? It seems like for me he does, because he's going very slow through all the corners. Now Patronus just needs to be careful and not hit the back of him because he's being lapped. And he's just hit the back of him. Well done. But yeah, he seems like he has a problem because that isn't normal. But yeah, other than that, there's not really any big gaps or small gaps now. Everyone's just sort of closed themselves up. Like, what? Oh, ATA Patronus getting past Optical G is fair enough unlapping himself. Done it cleanly, no harm done. As Joran sets the fastest lap and leaves the session at the same time. Wow. Very good. But the closest cars now are now Mackie and Fast X Part-Time, who are both teammates. And are they catching Optical G? I think they are, you know. Yeah, they are. But Optical G has some sort of issue. Yeah, he doesn't have any inputs, does he? He's got no wing. Why is he staying out? As Patronus gets a penalty for cutting corners. Yeah, well, so far... Has Mansell made a stop yet, by the way? Yes, he has. Mansell has stopped, so he's not going to the end. Mansell will go on to another set of ultras, I'm sure, at the end. Maybe try and get fastest lap. Be a bit cheeky. So, let's have a look at... So Optical G has already been passed by Fast X Part-Time. And he's soon going to be passed by Mackie. Lagging McLagton, Mark 2. Oh, Mackie did very well to not get hit the back of him then. As Optical G loses the rear end out of the exit of turn 6. and that is rather clean from both of them. As fastest part time goes to lap. Desert Eagle. Yeah, Optical G has definitely got a problem because Bossman is right behind him and he pits. That is, there you go. Optical G is now going to change his wing, probably set a fastest lap of some sort. And now we've got 10 laps left to go, so I think it's time to start thinking about driver of the day, isn't it? I think Skyline would have to be on my although Matt's his teammate. How does he manage that? Dom must have made a mistake of some sort. Mackie's tyres must have just warmed up and he'd just gone quicker. So GG to Mackie. Just depends if he can hold him off now. Or the Bossman will be on a charge right behind him now. On the ultras. I don't know how old they are. But I don't think they're that old. Maybe like 5 laps, if that. But Shadow Racer's bid off the supers. He'll be going on to ultras preferably. So that means Mackie, Mackie, fastest part time, and Bossman at least will gain a position. Yeah, Optical G won't get him. So he's in 6, so he's in positions including his pit stop from when he pitted. So the front 3 are on softs, and they're just sort of controlling it. They don't need to push. They don't need to do anything. They've all got about a gap of about 12 seconds between them. They're just sort of in no man's land really, all of them. But I suppose that's a good thing. Yeah. So I'd say for driver of the day, Skyline has to be up there as Bossman is right behind Fast 6 part time. As you were already on board with him. Yeah, driver of the day. Sorry, and we'll get there eventually. As Fast 6 part time goes wide, not the last turn. Yes, he looks there. Will he get a good exit? Not really. Yeah, Skyline I'd have to say because he's just controlled the race so far, hasn't he? He's led from start to finish on a slower tyre at the first stint, held off Angerfist, and then just used that pace advantage in the last lap to get a bit of a gap before he pitted again. Which was very smart, I'd say. Very, very cautious strategy though, I'd say, as well. You'd say Skyline, Mansell, or Mackie. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. But, I think Mansell will have to pit again. I can't really see him going to the end. He's got another 7 laps, and he's already been on for like 10 laps. Let me just check when he pitted onto them. He pitted onto them on lap 17, so yeah, he's been on from like 10 laps. I don't think these tyres. It'd be good if he could, but I just can't see it. As Bossman gets past Fast 6 part time, and then Fast 6 part time gets an absolutely amazing exit out of turn 1. Well, please don't cut, sorry, should I say. And Bossman just seems to be very cautious going into braking zone. He doesn't want to lose his winger necessarily. He knows he's got the pace advantage through the corners. He just needs to get past him and then into a position where he can use the tyres through the fast corners. If you overtake someone and then there's a hairpin, it doesn't really do you much good. You don't really gain much from it. You got to overtake them. I'd say at turn 4 is probably your best bet because then you can use a tyre advantage through these corners here. Turns 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. As Joran's AI pits again. But yeah, I say Skyline because he just controlled the road. You know, he started on the slower tyre, had to hold off Angerfist. Mansell, yeah, if he doesn't pit again and manages to hold the position, he's losing a lot of time to Craig though. And yeah, I'd say, to be fair, I think it'll be joined between Mackie and Bossman for the third contender, because Mackie's done well to get himself up to where he has. He's gained 7 positions, but Bossman, I feel, has actually fought for his positions. He's been a bit unlucky with damage and penalties and stuff, but he's done pretty well to get back up there. And then you got Shadow, who's gained 6 positions as well. He's done pretty well. Not too far behind Bossman, actually. Only 2 seconds. But yeah, if oh, and Bossman has damaged his wing 7. Close enough. So I think that's his driver of the day out the window, unfortunately for him. He won't be too pleased with having the pit twice for damage unnecessarily. Got a lot of understeer going into the pits there, damn. But yeah, Craig, right on the back of Mansell now. I think if Mansell just controls his tyres a bit, he can go to the end. He'll just need to be very careful. Because, I mean, if he doesn't go to the end from where he is now, he'll have to pit and just do it now, because he'll just lose too much time. You think he'll get a puncture? That's very interesting, actually. He might, you know. I'm not sure. Because he seems to be... Oh, yeah, there you go, he's pitted now. He's on the right decision. Craig, nicely around the outside. A bit wide, but nothing too bad. So, Mansell has now gone in the pits. That promotes Mackie up to P5 as well. And is that Fasto part-time as well? Maybe. I think it will, you know. With Patronus right in front of him. Yep, I think it does. Fastx part-time up to 6th. So from now on, I'd have to say Mackie as my driver of the day at the moment, purely because of the positions gained and the way he's done it. He's just been very consistent and not fucked it up, really. Although Mansell has just overtaken Shadow straight out the pits again, so Mansell might be on another charge here in the last 4 laps, sorry. Trying to get back what he thinks should have been his. Obviously, he's got a ignoring blue flag penalty. Better get out of the way, man. But yeah, although Sleep Seal's done pretty well as well, you got to admit. But yeah, I'd personally say joint between Skyline and Mackie personally, but it's not just my decision; it's yours also. Anyone in the chat wants to throw a suggestion out if you're still there? But yeah, it's been a pretty good race. I'd say it's been clean, other than the start, which wasn't really all the driver's fault. It was a lot of lag. And yeah, stuff they can't control. But you know, it's been a pretty good race. A fair few battles. Sorry, I'm just a bit tired. Yeah, a fair few battles, and Mansell has now overtaken Fastest part-time as part-time. Oh, Fastest part-time, what did he do there? You caught it on the stream by the looks of it. I didn't quite see what happened there. Oh well. So he'll be pitting again. He won't. I think he'll lose a couple of positions. You know, yeah. No, maybe actually one position. So that's Fastest part-time down to 9th. Mansell's 7 seconds behind Mackie. Now, can he go on a charge to get to Mackie without getting a penalty? Because if he gets a penalty, it's all out the window. Because Mackie's not got a penalty. I'm just spun, did he? Right, okay. Out of turn 1, was it? Or turn 2? Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was a very interesting thing, because I didn't see it. And, didn't it was on a I don't know. It was turn 3. Okay. And Bossman's left. No, that's a disappointment for Bossman. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with himself though. Although Craig has got himself back up to third. What's happened to your sleep seal? Are they just battling and then Craig just got the better of him, or? Yeah, must have. The sleep seal's tyres must have just been going off. Although sleep seal is trying to get back at him. I just think Craig has now got the traction, you know. Craig seems to be very good on his tyres. Somehow. And yeah. Yeah, it's been a pretty good race. I've enjoyed it. I don't know about you, IGN. Must be a bit weird streaming and not talking at the same time. Sleeper's wing damage, because I can't. Just, oh yeah, it does. Yeah, you're right. And will Mackie be able to get fourth? If Mackie can get fourth, he'll definitely be driver of the day. I think it's a bit too much of an ask for him. In 6, I don't know. He's got newer tyres than Asleep, and no wing damage, obviously. You can just see how slow Asleep is. And is that Craig in the gravel? What has Craig done? Wow. How does he manage that? Now Mackie can see the podium from where he is now. That must just be torture. Has Craig got damage? I don't think he has, you know. I think he got off lightly. But he's got a huge gap to Asleep now, so he's got to work for that position again. He'd worked really hard to get it, and he's just bottled it. So well done to Craig. Anyway, Skyline, across the line. Wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Sorry I didn't catch that, but, you know. Angerfist in second. Going through the last corner, does he do any celebratory weaving? Yeah, a little bit. You have to, really, don't you, if you got on the podium. And a sleep seal, with his damage and all, has Craig bearing down on him. But I'm not sure it's fast enough. As Fast X Part-Time gets fastest lap in P9. And Craig's going to be very disappointed with himself there for spinning at the last corner. As Mackie is behind Craig as well. Will penalties promote him? No, it appears not. Although, apparently, okay, all penalties have been the same for them 6 so far. Shadow crosses the line in 7th. Optical is lagging again. Across the line. Anyway, pretty good race. Have you got any questions for the drivers? I've only got one, but it applies to everyone. But I'm just going to ask everyone the same question. Need to invite more than actually. Shit. Wrong word. Skyline. Who is it? Skyline. Oh, on the podium. Angerfist. And who is it? A sleep seal? I don't have a sleep seal added actually. The view gamer car. Artie. Hello, Mr. Angry Fister.
Good evening. 1 second. Gotta send a message.
Skyline
to
Angerfist didn't get a penalty. Nice. Very clean.
Yeah.
But Mackie got a penalty. If Mackie didn't get a penalty, then he'd have got on the podium. Damn. Right, make sure your audio is included when bloody decides that his internet wants to connect to the party. Skyline, come on internet, do it. There you go. I'm assuming everyone here's got a mic as well on sleep. I haven't actually spoken to you before, so
Hello.
make sure your audio is included.
It is.
Good. Anyway, as I'm the only person here that has a mic, I'll have to ask the questions. So, Asleep, we'll start with you. Asleep, we'll start with you. I'm not sure where you started. You gained a fair few positions. by the looks of it.
8th.
And side 8th, nice. Gained 5 positions in. Um, so from starting there and not watching the stream yesterday, I'm assuming you watched the stream. I'm just say yes so it sounds good, right? Did you have any questionable doubts about the strategy you were doing, or were you pretty set on what you wanted to do?
Well, I didn't really want to do that strategy, but I was having a
Right.
battle with Bossman and Optical, and I tried to go up the inside of Bossman final corner. I think he got on the curb a bit and spun it, so I lost my front wing. I don't know what lap that was. It was like lap, and then so I just pit for softs and tried to go as long as possible.
Were you a bit scared when Craig overtook you on like lap 35, was it? And then he spun it on the last straight.
Yeah.
Do you think
Well, to be
that was
honest,
the podium gone?
I didn't know that he had a penalty, so I thought I was done anyway. And I was 7 seconds
Right.
ahead, and me and Bossman just got a bit caught up, and I lost my front wing, so I thought I've definitely got 4th. No idea how we lost it, but very thankful.
Mm. Yeah. It seemed a bit of an odd one because I was spectating you and you drove around the last corner and Craig was just on the grass, sorry. And I was like, what? But
Yeah,
anyway,
I
congrats
just no
on
idea.
congratulations on P3. Very good points
Thank
finish
you.
for what team do you Force India? Anyway, on to Angrifista's sister. You had a pretty
Yes.
good race. It was rather simple. Were you a bit annoyed that you couldn't get past? You can get past Skyline at the first stint.
No, I wasn't really
Oh.
annoyed at all because it was my strategy to save my tires
Right, okay.
behind him. Just because I knew he was on the supers, and I thought, well, he's either going to go in like 1 or 2 laps after me.
Yeah.
I was aiming for the 1 stop. I was like, well, I gotta save my tires until like lap 13 or so on. And yeah, well,
So when you were behind him, you were always aiming to get a second, and then just first would just be a bit of a step up and a better result.
just for second moment and focusing on saving my tires just to get that first 1 stop and then see from there. But I mean,
Okay,
I was
fair
behind Skyline, and we were in a small little fight with Menzel. He was holding us up a little bit.
Yeah.
Not for long though. And then I watched it back. I got off recorded it, but I thought Skyline was braking a bit early. Menzel mentioned it as well, but I gotta watch it back, so I can't say if it was true. But I lost my wing there, and then I lost
right.
a lot of time, and I saved my race there. I tried to save my 2nd place there.
Yeah.
So maybe it's an accident, or maybe not.
Congratulations
But
on the podium.
did you? By the way, did
Um,
you see that moment when Gary was behind me when he came out of the pits? Just curious.
No, I didn't. I didn't catch it up. I don't know if I did.
Alright, okay, never mind then.
Right, okay, that's it. Now we've not got any relevant drivers to talk to anymore, so we'll see you next week.
Wow. Harsh.
I will say one thing to Angerfist's comment about me braking a bit early. I had a half spin at one point, and that shook me to fuck. So I was braking early for a while because I got really paranoid about my brakes. So I was braking a bit early, and if I did damage you, I apologise.
That's fine. That can happen. I was just wondering because I mean, Menzel was
everyone
saying
hug.
that as well. But
Everyone hug and make up. Right.
hugs and kisses.
So can I ask a question now?
Yeah,
sure.
Skyline, was it your strategy to start on the supers and go the way you did? Because you weren't really
No.
defending very well. You were like not very well, but you weren't defending as much as I thought you would if you wanted to keep the position.
I mean, when it got to Q2, I was on the supers and I saw people saying quicker times. I was like, oh, okay, I need to get back out again. I'm not sure if you caught it on the stream, but I was on an ultra soft lap and I was setting purples in both the first 2 sectors. And then just as I was about to cross the line, I braked and I wasn't sure if I stopped enough to like not go onto the ultras because I was just like, wait, I'm safe here. Stop the car. And I didn't know if I slowed down in time, but I did. So
Yeah, fair enough.
but the 1 stop was always a plan.
It was a plan. Were you just not sure what tyres it would have been?
Basically, yeah, it's either go from ultra softs to softs or super softs to softs. But obviously,
So it was a safe one stop or a risky one stop.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. But I was
Yeah.
really scared at the start of the race with Angerfist because I know he has pace about him. And on that first stint, I was like, I need to keep him behind me because we're both going to end on the same tires. We're both going to go on to soft. So if he gets past me, I'm screwed. If I stay ahead of him, I'm in a good place.
Yeah, you managed to hold him behind you, so congratulations for doing that. Because normally you're pretty shit. But
Hey.
what have we got? Britain next week. Britain
No, we're
next
skipping
week.
Britain,
How
mate.
are you
We're not doing
guys?
Britain. It's shit.
All right, okay.
No, we are doing Britain.
How
Don't take me seriously.
how are you guys? How are you guys looking at Britain? I'm assuming you don't like it.
I'm looking backwards.
Really?
Yeah,
wanna go back to
I'm
Baku,
normally
do you?
facing the wrong way. No. I normally face the wrong way. Like I'm reversing around the track.
Oh god. I mean, you
I
probably
don't look
won't
forward
spin
to
then
it.
if you do that. You're not looking forward to it. God, why does everyone hate it?
No, not really. It's not that I'm fucking shit on it, but it's just not my track.
Not that I'm fucking shit, but I'm fucking shit.
No,
I'm surprised you
no.
didn't point out one thing though, Eagle. Right? I'm not sure you'd noticed, but tonight was actually my first win in ATA.
Was it? I didn't have any stats, so I just guessed everything.
How fair is. But I'm
I would
going
have
to
done the.
predict this week. Someone that we don't expect will win next week.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know if I'll be streaming next week, so. Anyway, what about you, Sleep Seal? Do you have any aims for next week, or are you just going to drive around like you did today?
Good talk. Good talk.
Hello, Sleep Seal.
He's sleeping. Unring his name.
Probably. Seal. Mute your mic. You must.
Hey!
And on that bombshell.
Oh well, your 2 seconds of fame is gone now. Anyway, thank you for watching. If anyone could actually bear me talking for an hour and a bit. Wait, talk to Skyland about HLG's bad performance, which brings him back into the championship fight. There you go.
Not
That's
gonna
what
lie, I
Richard
had a
said.
bit of a smile on my face when I saw HLG's retired from the race. I had a smile on my face. I was like, yes.
I didn't. Oh, what the fuck. God damn it! He moans at me for not trying to, for like messing it up and points to Renault, and then he does that.
The thing is that the reason why I'm most happy about it is because Desert Eagle and HLG are my two closest rivals, and they both got no points.
Yeah, he did mention Desert Eagle as well, actually. But yeah.
Look.
Thank you for an entertaining race. I hope you guys endured me enough to actually like the stream today. And I'm assuming everyone wants to say goodbye themselves.
I'd like to say thank you to you both first for streaming and commentating. So I'd like to say thank you for your
Yeah, thanks, Eagle.
Okay. And I have 25
Hope you
extra points
enjoyed
for you,
it.
thanks.
You can't have any extra points.
Everyone
No, sorry.
enjoyed the race
Damn
as
it.
well.
Worth a try. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week for Britain in the
Silverstone.
F1 division. Yes. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.